Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave, and today I have really cute projects featuring this month's Paper Pumpkin kit. Paper Pumpkin is a subscription service that Stampin' Up! Offers, a subscription box service, and each month you get a really fun box delivered to you that contains projects that you can create in about a half an hour. And every month I provide my subscribers with alternative projects that they can make with their kit. Sometimes it's just with the stamp set, sometimes it's with the items that come in the kit, but everything is so much fun to create, and you can really get a lot of value out of these kits each month. Now, the kits are $20 per month plus tax, and they are delivered to your door. You can subscribe either through signing up for a subscription where you're billed each month, or you can purchase a prepaid subscription. The prepaid subscriptions are the best deal because they can include lots of freebies, especially right now during celebration. So let me get started and I'll tell you a little bit more about that subscription kit. So first of all, my favorite part about Paper Pumpkin is that it comes with an awesome stamp set each month. This stamp set is really cute. I've got it here. I've got most of them mounted on blocks, but you can see there's this super cute teacup with a little succulent in it, lots of different sentiments that I used, some cute little decoration elements like this, and this little flower I used, and lots of great stuff in here. The other cool thing is next month is actually Paper Pumpkin's 6th anniversary, and so they are going to have a special bonus stamp set in next month's kit. So make sure you get registered by the 10th of March if you would like to get in on that awesome extra free bonus. All right, so this first card that I'm going to make is so pretty. I've taken the tin tile embossing folder and embossed it on a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of gray granite cardstock. And then I've got my standard half sheet of cardstock. I'm just going to go ahead and adhere this to my card base. So I've got a really beautiful base for my card right here. I'll set that aside, and then I've got a 3 by 4 and a 3 1/8 by 4 1/8 piece of paper, white and Coastal Cabana, and I'm going to do my stamping. I'll start with my sentiment and some gray granite ink. I love this. This gray granite is such a nice alternative to, it's kind of like a warm, almost browny taupey gray. I really like the color, and it combines really wonderfully with a lot of different colors. So I'm going to take some Coastal Cabana, or start with Coastal Cabana, and stamp this little flowery thing on here in a couple of places, like so, above and below my sentiment. And then I'm going to move on to some, this is Mango Melody. I always have to think that name through. And I've added a couple more flowers just like that. And then I'll finish up with some lemon lime twist. And add just a couple of more flowers. Isn't that cute? Super easy to stamp. Okay, next what I'm going to do is take and add a couple little embellishments. The kit came with these cute little dots, so I'm going to go ahead and add those. I'm using my little take your pick tool. This is such a helpful tool in placing little embellishments such as rhinestones and pearls and these little epoxy droplets onto my card. So I've just kind of got a few of those on there. I like to put them on in odd numbers. Okay, so back to my Paper Pumpkin subscription. Let me tell you about how that works. So if you purchase a prepaid subscription, right now the very best deal you can get is to pre-purchase a year subscription. And that subscription includes a free kit in the price. So basically you buy, you're buying 11 and the 12th one is free. And then in addition to that, if you can bump your order up to $250, so I think the prepaid subscription is like $209 or something like that. All this, by the way, is on my blog. Then when you bump it up to $250, you will get an extra $25 in free merchandise. So you'll get $25 in host rewards. You'll get an extra $25 in celebration rewards. You'll get your choice of 5 celebration items. And additionally, you'll get your paper pumpkin kits for a year. So it's a really awesome deal. I definitely love getting, I always get my paper pumpkin subscription for the year during celebration because of that awesome benefit. Okay, now I've tied on a little bit of ribbon here, and I'm going to pop this up onto my card. And then I didn't do this on my sample, but I was thinking it might be kind of awesome if I did a little spritzing on here. And the only thing is I don't want the spritzing to get onto my little dots, but I think it might be okay. Okay, so I've got some champagne mist and rubbing alcohol in Stampin' Spritzer. This is shimmer paint, and I'm just gonna spritz this. People are always asking me the recipe for this, and I'm spritzing about 12 to 15 inches away. And there we go. Okay, and I use rubbing alcohol because it dries really quickly. Isn't that awesome? And I don't think I'm just wiping off my little thingies so they're not covered, but I think they're good. The rubbing alcohol is 70%, and I add about the size of a pea's amount in here, and then I fill it with rubbing alcohol and then shake it up, and it works wonderful. Okay, next up, so I like that little shimmer on there. That's a nice touch. Next up, I have this super cute card. I loved the sentiments that came in the stamp set, so I'm really excited to show you how to make this card because it's a piece of cake. So on this one, I'm going to start with a Coastal Cabana card base. And then I've got a 3 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. And I'm going to stamp my sentiments, and I'm going to put this cute little design element in between each word. So I'm going to work from the bottom up on my card. So I've got my 1, 2, 3 sentiments, and then I'm going to take my stamp, and I just need my black. Here we go. All right. Oops, and I'm working from the bottom up, just like I said. Okay. And that is crooked, so we'll do it once more. There we go. You are beautiful. Then we'll take and add a little Coastal Cabana. Right there. Love it. Next, we'll add a little bit of black. Then we'll add our element in lemon lime twist. Just making sure that was clean. Okay, stamped it on there. Awesome. Then I'm going to stamp You Are Wonderful. I did this in a different order than my sample, but that's totally okay. Let me clean my little element, and then we'll stamp the last one in some Mango Melody. And then finally we'll finish it off with the U at the top. Isn't that awesome? Okay, now to decorate this, make it a little snazzier, I'm going to take and adhere, I die cut this length with this stitched, the scalloped stitched framelit. This is from the Be Mine stitched framelits that coordinates with the stamp set called Meant to Be. You may have seen it in the Occasions catalog. It's really cute. And then I'm just going to adhere this to the edge. like so. I'm covering up the stitching. I didn't want it to show, but you don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I'm going to grab my scissors here and just trim off this last partial hump on here and then trim off that piece. Okay, so that looks fantastic. And I think this really adds a lot to a card. Even though it's a very small touch, I think it makes a great look. Okay, now I've also cut myself a strip of printed paper. This is from the Botanical Butterflies printed paper, which is one of those free things you can get with Celebration. And I'm just going to adhere that to the edge of my card. I'm leaving, like 3/8 of an inch showing. And then I'm going to attach the stamped panel right over the top. So this is about 1 by 5.5. And then I'm leaving just a little like 1/8 inch border on the side. Now my piece is just a skosh too long, so I'm actually going to trim that. It's kind of long the whole length, so I just want to get rid of that little bit of excess because I don't like when it sticks out off the top. Now when I was making this, I was like, oh, I need to add something, but I'd already mounted this to my card and I didn't know what else to do because it's kind of plain, right? So I pulled out some black shimmer ribbon and I thought, ooh, but I couldn't add a bow or anything to this. So what I decided to do is create this little element. So I'm just going to take and I folded over maybe a 4 or 5 inch piece, just folded it in half like so. All right, then I'm going to take a glue dot and kind of hold it in that half, fold it over half. So I put a glue dot on the inside and then I'm just gonna kind of tack it together like that. All right, and then what I did is I glue dotted this to my card like so. I'm like, well, that's cute, but it looks a little awkward, right? Okay, let's add a little bit more to it. So then I decided to add a little bit of shimmer in the form of the mini black sequin trim, which is so much fun. And I'm going to tack this down. With another glue dot. And I think I flipped my sequin over, but that's okay, it doesn't matter. Okay, and again, this is cute, but it's a little awkward. So how can we kind of fix that so it looks better? So my solution to that was to take some of the black baker's twine. Now, some comes in your kit, and so you can use that. There's all these little embellishments that come in your kit. So I'm just going to take and I want a double length. So I'm cutting about 5 or 6 inches. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut that in half. So I've got a double length here and I'm just gonna tie a bow with my double length of baker's twine. It makes it a little bigger bow. So there's a little more meat to it, so to speak. So I'll just adjust my bow like so. And then I'm going to add this right there. And that really finishes off everything on my card. And I'm going to trim that just a little shorter. And once again, I'm going to glue dot that right to my card. I love these glue dots. They are amazing. And actually your kit comes with some too. Okay, so there we go. And now I think that looks like a much more finished off card. All right, last but not least, I made a little notepad, and I'm not going to make the whole notepad, but I am going to show you how I did it. So this is, oh look, it's a Creativity Cave notepad. How cute is that? So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take, and I started with a half a sheet of Whisper White cardstock. Now that's, and actually I used thick Whisper White cardstock. Now this is not quite enough to get your notepad or this particular notepad covered, you can see there's just a little length right there, but I could mount a quarter sheet of cardstock to the back of this and that would clean everything up. This doesn't really bother me that much, but I know some people would prefer it be nice and neat on the back, but to me, I'm like, it's the back, who cares? Okay, so then what I am going to do is take and score this. So I am going to score, so the size of this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, which is basically a quarter sheet of cardstock. And then what I'm going to do is take and score at 4 1/4, because that would be my quarter sheet. And then the height of my notebook is approximately 1/4 inch. But I wanted it to be just a little bit, I didn't want it to be too short. So I went 1/4 inch and then I added a 1/16. So I have that measurement on my blog and on my website. I can't remember what that works out to. I guess it would be 9/16 because it's just over 1/2 of an inch. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold on those 2 score lines and really get a good burnish from this, because that'll help my notebook lay nice and flat. And if I could find my bone folder, I kind of created a bit of a crafter math on my desk coming up with these cards. And I was having so much fun, and then I wanted to get my video up for you right away. So yeah, I don't know where it went. Usually I have 2 of these things, but you just want to give it a good burnish, like I said, and that will help it lay nice and flat. Okay. And then you can see it will wrap right around your notepad, just as I've shown. So I'm going to put adhesive on just this back panel, not this little spine. Okay. And there you go. Now, to finish this off, I will show you how I created this. I took an die cut a stitched rectangle, and then I also die cut a little glimmer paper, silver glimmer strip with that same scalloped edgelet from the Be Mine stitched framelits, and I'm just gonna put this little edge on here like so. Isn't that awesome? We'll snip this off. And you can use tear and tape to adhere this, whatever kind of adhesive you like. It doesn't matter, as well as to the notepad itself. And then on here, I just did my stamping and adhered it with a couple of strips of printed paper. Like I said, all of those dimensions are on my blog, and I'll put them in the description of this video for you. So it's really cute. This standard size of notepad is available in office supply stores, so you can pretty much find these anywhere. If the notepad is a different size, then you would, of course, just adjust the cover for your notepad. So anyway, I hope you've loved these projects and they've inspired you. And even if you don't have this month's paper pumpkin, you can certainly do similar cards with similar stamps that you may have in your collection. Of course, I would love it if you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin with me, and I will send you all of those wonderful extras each month to help keep you inspired in using your kit well beyond just what comes with the kit. So thanks so much for stamping with me today, guys. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.